I'm not late, nor am I early. I'm going live exactly when I mean to, even though I'm not a wizard. But in respect or in the aspect of technology, people think I am a wizard. So, you know what, today, the three things seems to be working pretty well. So we'll go with the threes. So, what did I write now? I didn't even have a copy of it, but basically three things that I did to, gain my understanding of technology. And you know what? It's not actually as complicated as you think. So let's just go through it one at a time, because people have been asking me lately, especially when I'm fixing stuff for them. It's like, well, how did you learn what you know? How did you, did you do a course? Did you learn off somebody? All that kind of stuff. But you know what? It really, most of it comes down to these three things. So number one was looking at not just what makes something work, but how it actually works. So, the goal is not just to have something, well, for me, is not just to have something work. Sure, that is a goal. But for me, I want to understand how it works and, more importantly, why it works the way that it does. Because then, if you have an understanding of that, then you can break it down and go, well, it's not working because that part of the process is broken. This goes back to what I was saying the other day about layers. So that's number one, knowing how something works. Number two then, though, was basically a lot of trial and error. So, I explained to people that, I started learning stuff as a teenager on my own computer, and I broke a lot of my own stuff. And then because I was a teenager, I didn't have any money to fix it. So I had to figure out how to fix it myself by researching, reading back then, because computer magazines were a thing. Apparently not so much anymore. I kind of miss those. And there wasn't a lot of the internet around to distract. That was sort of slowly coming in. So that became a helpful resource as well. Now it's just at the tip of your finger so you can find whatever answers you need. But, trial and error, lots of trial and error. And you know what? Don't be afraid to break stuff sometimes if you need to. I mentioned virtual machines a few weeks ago. Set up one of those. Set up a test computer. My first paycheck, I bought parts to build a computer because I am that nerdy. I had a computer, but I needed a second one so I could try stuff and break stuff. But then number three, then leading on from that, is practice. You got to practice, not breaking stuff, but trying stuff, fixing stuff. This works hand in hand with trial and error. But once you know how stuff works and how to do stuff, then you got to practice it. You got to do it again and again and again. Same with athletes. Like athletes, even if they have natural skill and ability at something, they weren't born with that. I've heard this thought a few times recently. Like people who are good at stuff aren't just born straight out of the womb with that skill and ability. Sure, they might have natural talent and ability, in that area, but they've still got to practice and develop it. Same kind of thing. And then, all of that then really builds knowledge. So now this is a bonus point for you, really, but this is insight into my mind as to how it works when approaching technological problems. So with all the practice and the knowledge and stuff that's been built from the trial and error and from understanding how stuff works, then it's a case of, well, you know what? It was explained to me recently that in consulting, basically it's the same thing. You walk in and you have an idea as to what the solution is in the first 5 minutes. And then usually, it's an hour session. So the next 50 minutes-ish are spent proving whether you're right or wrong. And more often than not, thankfully, because of all that practice, that experience, that knowledge, more often than not, it's correct. And you'll find that it increases as you go. But look, this doesn't have to just apply to technology. You can take this and apply it to a bunch of different things. Technology just happens to be one of my things that I naturally am good at somehow. Like, have the knack for, to be able to pick up, take on, learn really quickly and just make work. The amount of times that, someone tells me something's not working, I come and look at it and suddenly the problem's not there anymore. It just works. Don't ask me how that works. It just does. So, if you want me to come look at something for you, let me know, because maybe it'll just start working. But yeah, that's it. I'll leave you with that. You can take that, you can apply it to a whole bunch of stuff. Hopefully that helps at least one of you. And I hope you're having a great day. Oh, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks. Bye.